Hey everyone, now that my S200s Viper is all put together, lubed and tested on the field, time for the full review. I'm that old nerve guy, welcome to TAG. Brand new ZWQ S200s Viper. But first, a little disclaimer. This S200s Viper is not a final product. This one is a production sample. Therefore, it got less performance, less reliability, and less durability than the full retail version, which will come out pretty soon. Keep that in mind. This is really an updated version, but I hear you right now like this is just a new fire wrap. This is just a reshell. Not exactly. I mean, they pretty much updated everything on this blaster. Really, they went around pretty much every little corner or every little complaint or little hiccups that the original S200 would have and tried to correct it in this one. I'm gonna go a bit on the table. I'm gonna show you the blaster up close and explain to you everything I mean on it, and then it's going to be the usual fire test, chronograph test, and I'm going to come back for my verdict on this S200s Viper. Little close up here, as you see on the slide, it is written Viper 13 by 37 millimeter for the caliber of the dart. You see some very light scratch, but I tell you, I used it on the field, tested it, and it was pretty awesome. This thing is somewhat more fun to work on because I had to open it one or two times. Originally in my assembly video, the slide was not completely closing. It was because of a misplaced O-ring, but everything, I replaced it at the right position. Everything was corrected very nicely. But this thing performs. Super reliable, no problem. The trigger, super snappy. There's a new magazine, but I can forgive that. I'm going to explain to you a little later why I can forgive that. I had to experience it to understand why. Slide lock, working, super responsive, and they simplified the system. Pretty much, it is easier to work on. It is operating nicely. The new design may be a little more real steel than the original S200, but I really dig it. At least they tried with the little orange tip to please a little more people, but there are other colors more vibrant without the black portion. Probably a completely orange or a yellow and white or something very, very flashy would be better than this one. I just try asking for a red and black, and I managed to obtain one, and I'm super happy with the gold, black, and the red on this blaster. Everything is awesome. The construction, I don't know what kind of plastic it is. I know this is just like a production sample, but this is sturdy and super thin, except for the magazine, which is pretty much feeling like an S200 version 2 or 3 magazine with the metal plate at the bottom. And the little notch for the magazine seems bigger, as I remember, on the S200 Fire Wrap mag. But no, for the rest, got the same thing. Got a little Picatinny rail underneath for laser pointer, flashlight, whatever. We got the same trigger guard that adapts to the holster for the S200. I guess it's going to be the same holster for this one. I just hope that for this one, they're going to release a left-hand holster for people who want to have two, or just for left-handed people with this blaster or the previous fire wrap. This thing is really beautiful. I mean, They did their homework and they made it work. Everything is at the right place inside. Even for the return spring, they updated it from one return spring around the barrel, which would scratch the barrel in some point at some time with the original one. And they updated it for its two spring inside the slide that are on those guide bolts, which bring the slide very firmly in front, even with a dart in the magazine, and more smoothly than with the fire rat. They really did their homework on this one. I know there is a little spring sound on it, but I guess production simple, weak spring, with a better spring might sound a little less, with a little I don't know, plunger head padding might be better because there is no padding on this one, and I would like to have some. N-or with the metal internal and or external part might sound a lot differently. But just for the record, we're going to put one dart, and I'm going to show you how well it chambers. I mean, this is, for what it is, this is pretty quick. And it is shooting pretty nicely. So chronograph test for the S200s Viper by ZWQ. I'm going to start by shooting a few max dart. They are a little long to fit well in the magazine, but it's going to be okay. And then I'm going to shoot a couple Bamboo 2.0, and then I'm going to have an average for this blaster. Okay. Okay, mag is empty. This thing chambers flawlessly now. Honestly, this thing works great. I used it at an event and it was awesome. And empty. That was not bad. Okay, the bamboo shot were a little higher, but give us an average, depending on the dart you use, let's say a combined average of 120 FPS, which is not bad. I'm liking this blaster, and it's smooth too, really. In the end, this Viper is a blast. ZWQ, you did a really, really good job. I mean, this is more than just another S200. Everything has been a little updated on it. I mean, the comfort of this grip is just awesome. It's pretty much out of this world. They updated the trigger system. It's more like a pivoting system, which is more responsive, more snappy. I mean, you can even prime the blaster. There is Darden. You can prime the blaster from the slide directly, not necessarily just from the rear, but from the rear. It is designed for that purpose, so you will still have your S200 feeling right out of it. There is not much thing to it, really. Even as this is not the final product, it feels like it is. The magazine is very well made. They look very much like the S200 Fire Rat version 3 magazine, so they're going to be very durable, very solid. The performance, I mean 115 FPS on regular dart, 125 on Bamboo 2.0, a little higher. That's pretty much what I expect from this kind of pistol in its base form without any upgrade. Speaking of upgrade, they are coming with a slew of CNC parts for this thing, including the slide, which is magnificent. But as a base blaster, the tube is bigger inside. The plunger tube is slightly bigger than the Fire Rat and the plunger tube, so I imagine there is more potential. But the accuracy, this thing is outstanding, and my fire test that you saw really reflect the performance I had on the field with this. I don't know if it's just the angle of the grip or the way the blaster is made, but it's super precise. Where you point, pretty sure it's the angle of the grip, because I can even forgive that. This blaster is not compatible with the S200 Fire Rat magazine, and I'm going to show you why. The angle on the magazine is slightly more pronounced on the new Viper. The original Fire Rat got a more flat angle on the top of the magazine, meaning they won't fit. But this angle is to angle the grip a little more to give us a better pistol grip, a better grip in the end. And I'm telling you, it is worth it. This thing feels natural. It feels awesome. Really, I can't even imagine holding this thing like full CNC, full metal. I know it's going to be to play on close field, but at least for the plastic version, they tried. They put the little orange tip on it. The color of my barrel and my plunger tube are aluminum gold. I can't tell you that's going to be the color you're going to receive. As what I understood, this was customized to my liking, but this thing is outstanding. As a stock blaster for 120-ish FPS, little pistol blaster, this thing is responsive. I had zero jam with it. This is super precise, and that's what astonished me with this blaster. It's the accuracy. Performance aside, FPS aside, the accuracy of this blaster is really awesome. I don't know if there's something with the barrel, with the inner barrel, but it is just delivering. It is just working. Yeah, the ZWQ S200s Viper, a really good new option coming really soon. That's it for this video. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at That Old Nerve Guy. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit that bell to stay notified for my latest video. This was Dave Fatag. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.